Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Executives Playbook. I'm Tom Kane, and thank you for tuning in, all my homies and all my haters. Anyway, listen, we have something majorly serious going on right now, and this needs to be talked about. The most dangerous acquisition in American history is about to take place. The most dangerous acquisition in American history. I cannot stress to you enough exactly how dangerous this acquisition is. It is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So let me explain. So for those of you who don't know, there's a company in America called Oracle, owned by Larry Ellison. This is one of the guys who just did a deal with Donald Trump and the current administration where he's getting like $500 billion to build an AI infrastructure across the entire United States. He's in with the Trump administration. He's in with all of them. He has a son named David Ellison. David Ellison, whose politics are exactly the same as Larry Ellison, which basically is that they are of the mindset, the Peter Thiel mindset, the Elon Musk mindset, which is that they want to take over. They want AI essentially to take over. They want to dominate. They want to be a part of that tech oligarch group that dominates our country and possibly, who knows, the world, the future. They inherently believe that they are the chosen ones to take everyone into the 21st century, essentially. I would argue that they're part of the dark enlightenment side of things. For those of you who don't know what that means, I've made episodes in the past about it. Feel free to go through my previous videos. And I'm sure I'll bring up more information about the Dark Enlightenment in the future as well. Anyway, that being said, I can't stress to you enough how bad this is. So, for those of you who don't know, David Ellison, who's Larry Ellison's son, already purchased Paramount Global. Paramount Global owns a myriad huge things. I could possibly get into the weeds here. Give me 1 second. I'll actually go move this over here and see, like, what does Paramount Global own? I know they own CBS, but let's just get an idea of this here real quick. So Paramount Global owns Paramount Pictures, Paramount Animations, all that stuff. But they also own MTV, BET, Comedy Central, VH1, Paramount Network, Nickelodeon, Showtime. They own Pluto TV. They own Sky Showtime, a bunch of things. All right. They also own the Republic Pictures, and they have a 49% stake in Miramax. Now, understanding that, okay, that's a lot of businesses that disseminate information. Now, I'm not saying that, I don't like to make accusations. I'm not saying that David Ellison or his father, Larry Ellison, are going to try to control the narrative. However, now they're going after Warner. Now they're going after Warner Discovery. So now, what does Warner Discovery own? We know they own CNN, but let's find out what else they own. So they own, for networks and stuff, they own New Line Cinema, DC Studios, Castle Rock Entertainment, Turner Pictures, HBO, Telepictures, Cartoon Network Studios, Williams Street, They own HBO, HBO2, HBO Latino, Cinemax, CNN, TNT, TBS, Turner Classic, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Discovery Channel, TLC, HGTV, Food Network, Animal Planet, Investigation Discovery, Travel Channel, Science Channel, on and on and on and on and on. They own OWN. They own Oprah Winfrey's network. They own streaming platforms like Discovery Plus, CNN Max. They own the Bleacher Report. They own studio tours, theme parks, a lot of stuff. But you guys get the idea. Also, Larry Ellison and David Ellison, which even though I know that, Skydance is the company that David Ellison owns, but I mean, father, son, their family, whatever. They just purchased TikTok. So now they're going to control all the algorithmic data on what's being disseminated on TikTok in the United States. They can't control the data outside the United States, but they're controlling the data and what is gaining traction, what is becoming big on TikTok versus what isn't. Okay? And these people are in bed with the Trump administration. Because they know that this administration will help them with their overall agenda, removing all regulations. Those of you who saw my episode yesterday, you know about what I was talking about the tech oligarchs and their desire to be completely unregulated and to operate with impunity. Well, here's the problem, folks. Now that we're in a situation where they're doing a hostile takeover of Warner Discovery, this is going to give them absolute dominance over the American narrative. Absolute dominance over it. Not good. Not good that anybody gets absolute dominance over any narrative, but this is a scary situation, guys. I can't stress that to you enough. Hold on a second. I feel like something's wrong here. Okay. I had to check a couple things here because I'm noticing that my live feed is having some issues. Anyway, so I want to watch this really quick, and I want to talk about this for a minute, and we're going to make this big. Move me up top, and we're going to make me small. Bye, guys. All right, there we go. Let's listen to this really fast. Oh, whoop. I have the wrong audio on. Oh, boy. Sorry, guys. A little bit off the... There we go. Not totally on point today. Anyway.
So we got Netflix that tries to buy Time Warner for $72. Then you got Ellison comes out with hostile takeover, $108 billion offer.
So Netflix offered $72 billion. And Paramount didn't go, hey, man, we want 73. We're going to pay $73 billion or $74 billion or $75 billion. They went to $108 billion. So now I ask you, and I really think that if you're watching this, you should really ask yourself this question and really reflect on, why do they want it so badly? Why do they really want all of the news and all the networks and all the television? Why do they want it all so badly? This is crazy. But anyway, let's listen.
David Ellison yesterday says, do you have that clip that he says he promised White House sweeping changes at CNN? I don't know if you have that clip or not, but
here he is talking about his conversation with the president about the merger.
Got it. So watch this here, folks. This is David Ellison trying to buy Time Warner. Go for it.
A couple of real quick things before we wrap up. I mean, CNN, I assume you would combine the news gathering operation with CBS's if, in fact, you did own that asset?
Yeah, so look, we've been really clear since about the last time we were here what we want to do with news, which is we want to build a scaled news service that is basically fundamentally in the trust business, that is in the truth business, And that speaks to the 70% of Americans that are in the middle. And we believe that by doing so, that is, for us, kind of doing well while doing good. And we believe in that business model, and we believe it's essential.
Okay, so here he is now on CNBC saying, we want to avoid the radical message. We want to avoid, you know, the 15% on the left that are crazy and the 15% on the right that are crazy, and just try to give you the real, factual, truthful news. That's the claim. And look, if that is what they genuinely want to do, sure, okay. If that's what they genuinely want to do, fantastic. However, you really want to do that. Okay, first of all, I want you to follow me really quick. Please, if you're watching this. The reason why news organizations do lean right or lean left in today's society is because of the simple fact that that's where the money's at. That's where the money's at. Because that is what gets the most clicks. That is what gets the most views. Extremist news. Getting people to tune in all the time and freak out and fearmonger to watch your network or to click on a link, you are more likely to succeed by pushing a strong narrative in one direction or the other if you're adhering to that radical message on one side or the other. That's why it happens. Because the truth of, let's just make a boring news channel that just tells the truth, that just meets the 70% in the middle and doesn't lean too crazy, wouldn't make that much money. It wouldn't be as profitable. So why would you want to spend $108 billion? Okay, we're talking almost $40 billion more than what Netflix offered. Why would you want to do that so that you could just have a very boring, straightforward news network that just tells the truth, knowing that that's not where the money's at? Knowing that that's not where the ratings, that's not what gets ratings. Really, that's funny. That's really a tough sell. I think anyone who is an investor, okay, anybody that's an investor that would be investing money to try to get money back in something like this would want that news network to be the most successful news network in the world and make a lot of money, especially at $108 billion, right? It's not like he just edged out Netflix. It's not like he said, hey, instead of paying, $72 billion, $74 billion, we'll do $76 billion, we'll do $78 billion. No, they jumped to $108 billion because it's a hostile takeover. Anyway, seems kind of weird to me that you would do that to make a boring old news network that's only there to meet the appease the boring masses and the people in the middle, that no radical craziness, just the straight facts. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway.
And do you think the president embraces the idea of you being the owner of CNN, given his criticism, obviously, for that network in the past?
By the way, we've had great conversations with the president about this, but I think but I don't want to speak for him in any way, shape, or form.
The truth of the matter is that Trump would love the Ellisons to own CNN News. He would love that. Because instead of just having Fox News licking his balls all day, he'll have CNN licking his balls too. Just like he's already got CBS licking his balls. Because ever since they bought CBS, CBS is now basically licking Trump's balls on a daily basis. And never calling him out on anything he's doing. And basically just trying to act like as if all the crap that he's doing right now is normal. This is not a good thing. This is not a very good thing for America whatsoever.
Got it. So, Tom, what do you know about what's going on? Because you just showed me something right before we went live. What's going on here with this deal?
Well, right now, Yeah, this is like an auction going back and forth. But unlike an auction where we all sit around a table and we all have a number that we hold up, and maybe we bid for a baseball card or a rare car or a piece of artwork at an auction, right now it plays out in the media and you have two bidders that are now in an auction for, Warner Brothers Discovery. On one hand, you got Paramount, which of course is Skydance and the Ellisons. We just heard from David Ellison. And the other side, you have Netflix. And right now, Netflix put a bid up, and the good folks, Warner Bros. Discovery, said, we like that bid. We're going to take it. We're going to work with you exclusively. And Paramount said, wait a minute. We don't think that this was a fair process, and we're not going to sue you, but we're going to say this. Attention shareholders, we're offering you $30 a share. And that's called a hostile. And then people respond to it, such as this guy, Mario Gabelli, who runs Gabelli Asset Management, $31 billion under management. This guy's a player. He's worth $2 billion, well known. He's like 82 years old.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But $31 billion under management, he came out and he said, hey, I have bought a good amount of Warner Brothers Discovery that's owned by many of the people that I'm managing their money. And I have to tell you, we like the $30 a share offer, and I'm inclined to take that. And this is exactly, and then they find out, okay, how much does he own? 3.5%. Okay, well, we got 3.5% now voting for it. So now this is going to play out, and this is what the hostile does. Now you've got people saying, I'm behind the Paramount hostile offer. I want $30 a share, not the 20.
So because of greed from the shareholders, they're completely okay with essentially allowing wow, I think I'm not live. Hold on a second. I am live. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. There's some things that I'm getting figured out here. So I apologize. But anyways, so because of greed, they're okay with selling out and letting one company, Skydance, own everything. Everything, man. Like everything. We're talking this company, Skydance, okay? This company, Skydance, will own Paramount Pictures, Paramount Animations, Paramount Players, Paramount Home Entertainment, Paramount Television Studios, Republic Pictures, CBS Entertainment Group, MTV, BET, Comedy Central, VH1, Paramount Network, Nickelodeon, Showtime, Pluto TV, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is international stuff. Then also New Line Cinema, DC Studios, Warner Brothers, Castle Rock Entertainment, Turner Pictures, the entire DC IP, Batman, Superman, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Matrix, Dune, Barbie. I mean, they'll own HBO, they'll own Telepictures, they'll own Cartoon Network Studios, they'll own HBO2, HBO Latino, Cinemax, CNN, TNT, TBS, Turner Classic. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So when you look at it from this perspective, they'll be able to essentially control a lot of news and information, a lot of mass media. Now, this gets worse because it's not just the fact that the shareholders are now, hey, man, we are more inclined to do the Paramount deal because we're getting more money for our shares, even though it's absolutely egregious. But listen to this.
$7 a share. And now the question is Netflix going to get behind it? Then people said, here's story number 2, Pat, where are you going to get all this debt? And all of a sudden, some names popped up.
Here we go.
Jared Kushner said, I've got
Jared Kushner. Where are you going to get all this money? The $108 billion. Where are you going to get a loan for $108 billion debt to buy? Because, again, these people don't use their money to buy this. They use credit. They want to purchase it with a $108 billion loan. You feel what I'm saying, folks? Now, Jared Kushner, as many of you know, is completely tied in with the Trump administration. And this is the thing, man. All my life, ever since I was young, everybody always said that the government should never control the media, right? And it never has. It was always the corporations control the media. I mean, the billionaire corporations, they control the government. The government doesn't control, the government controls the narrative. No, they don't. The corporations control the narrative. They can make a president. They can break a president. Understand that in 2 seconds flat. They have the power to get somebody elected or to get somebody unelected. Okay? So who owns the mass media that controls news and information is important. And it's very important that they stay separated and broken up. I am not against Skydance or the Ellison family owning Paramount Pictures or Paramount Global. I kind of wish it didn't happen, but that's because I personally don't like the fact that so many people I know at CBS have been terminated and so on and so forth. And it's kind of the gutting of history. A lot of things I don't like about it, but hey, you get older, people move into the future. Skydance is entitled to do whatever they want. However, this is a lot of power to give one individual, or in this case, two individuals. David and his father, Larry, would essentially be able to control all of the news and information. I mean, or the vast majority of it. The vast majority of it. I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, so Jared Kushner rose up, but where is Jared Kushner going to get this money? What does Jared Kushner say when they ask him about this debt? And take a listen to what's said.
All of a sudden, some names popped up.
Here we go.
Jared Kushner said, I've got plenty of friends, and we've got money from Saudi funds. He didn't say PIF, but people assume it was the Saudi PIF fund. And he spoke up. Then a consortium of large institutional investors from, tell me we've heard this word, Qatar and Saudi.
So basically, they're going to use Saudi money from investors in Qatar, and it's Qatar, not Qatar, Qatar and Saudi money, and Jared Kushner and tech overlords, okay, these tech overlords are going to use that money to purchase all the news and information and media, the vast majority of it, that would be able to instantaneously control the narrative. They already have Elon Musk on their side, who just bought Twitter. They have scared Mark Zuckerberg into submission at Facebook, putting Dana White on his board. And so now Facebook is no longer censoring misinformation. It's allowing people to spread conspiracy and nonsense all over the internet. And because that rhetoric helps one side of American politics. And it's, you have X pushing narratives in favor of this right-wing narrative. You have the Facebook complying. I wouldn't say that he's on board with it, but he's complying out of fear. Those are massive, massive right there. Facebook and X right there. I mean, anything on Facebook and X can control a narrative in instantaneously. And now you had them buy TikTok. Skydance buys TikTok. And they're all in this club. Okay? These are the neo-reactionaries. Okay? The neo-reactionary group. That's what we'll call them. The Ellisons are part of the neo-reactionary system. So now these guys go and they buy Paramount Global, and now they're making the move to buy Warner Discovery. With a hostile takeover, I might add. With a bid that's well over $30 35 to $40 billion over the current bid. Why? They want to tell you that it's because they want to create a real news network that just tells the truth, that doesn't have a bias. If you believe that, I've got oceanfront property in Kansas to sell you.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi came up and said,
Yep.
well, we've got plenty of money and we could put it behind.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, it's like you're at a gang fight and five guys with a lot of money stand up, behind Ellison and Skydance and says, we're backing him up. Two guys going to fight in the street, Pat. Hey, man, I'll kick your butt. Who's backing you up? And all of a sudden, these guys stand up. We're backing him up. And that's kind of what you have here. Now, you've got him, people saying, do you have the ability to do this at 31 share? That and more. So that's where we are right now. But it's very interesting. This is how the hostile takeovers work. And you got guys like Mario Gabelli going to the microphone and saying, I'll take the hostile offer. It's better for my shareholders.
Yeah, so Saudi, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi are going to put up $24 billion, which is 2x what Ellison's are putting up, $11.8 billion for the takeover. And having Kushner involved, Tom, this is almost making it. So then here's the question. You're in the Netflix boardroom. Netflix just a week ago, not even a week ago, 4 days ago, 3 days ago, they're like, this is over. We're picking it up. They came out of nowhere. They're celebrating. Yes, we're going to get all this new stuff on Netflix now from Time Warner. It's going to be a great catalog. What do you do now if you're Netflix? Who you calling? What influence do you have? Well, who's on your side? Who are you going to call that doesn't like those?
Exactly. And the answer is they don't have a gang of people behind them. And the reason why is because Netflix is just trying to make a business move. They're just trying to make a business move. They want to get the catalog of Warner. They want to be able to put a bunch of Warner Discovery movies and everything on their Netflix platform. They want to be able to, I think one bad thing that I kind of overheard rumor is that they might kill the theatrical release and just start releasing stuff directly over Netflix, which kind of sucks. But it's just a business move. They don't have an army behind them of people with an agenda. And that's what this looks like to me. It looks like an agenda. Not good, man. Not good to have Abu Dhabi and Saudi investors and Jared Kushner helping the Ellisons, who already own Paramount Global, also own Warner Discovery, who also own TikTok. What's happening here is a gradual, step-by-step takeover of controlling the mega, ultra, all-seeing narrative. There was a world we lived in when reality was reality. And conspiracy theorists who didn't accept that reality, that were always considered loons, have slowly but surely got funding, started to take over, become popular over the internet, build a following, mass produce or mass distribute their nonsense, make it go viral and so on and so forth, build giant followings, and become wealthy enough to convince tech oligarchs that they were on their same side because they don't believe in regulation, and that's what tech oligarchs want more than anything in the world. And now these centra-billionaire people are about to basically completely put America into an information bubble and control everything that, all the news and all the information from everywhere, telling you what's what. Now, I really hope that if this goes through that I'm wrong. But my gut tells me that I'm not wrong, because I don't see the incentive whatsoever. I don't see any incentive whatsoever why anybody would offer $40 billion over the current bid unless there was an agenda. And then when they say, well, where are you going to get $108 billion in debt? And Jared Kushner steps up and you have, investors from Abu Dhabi and Saudi Qatar money and all this stuff. Come on, man. Like this is, I mean, I'm not big on conspiracy theories. Business is business. I have nothing against, the Ellisons at all or any of these people, but I just think, when is the monopoly going to stop? When are we going to stop letting, because now that's what they're trying to do. They want to monopolize entertainment and mass media. They want to monopolize it. They want to merge it to where they could basically just tell everyone in America what to think and how to think on a daily basis. And here's the, it puts us in a position where next thing you know, we're like China, where all of a sudden they're cutting off access to information outside the U.S. so that the only thing that we know to be true is whatever they're feeding us. This just doesn't lead down a good path. And I'm probably the only person on the internet with the balls to say it. Anyways, my name is Tom Kane. This is another episode of the Executives Playbook. I really hope that for those of you who saw this episode, if you liked it, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm really trying to get to 7,000 subscribers, trying to build this channel. I put a lot of time and energy into building this channel, as well as resources, financial resources and everything else. And I really would like to, just to have it, go somewhere, even if I can get a monicum of success, just to be able to, build a decent following of people that want to hear what I have to say would be nice. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe channel, or hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. And thank you for tuning in. And I look